So today I'm talking about comments in Python. Comments in Python. Actually, every programming language like C, C++, Java, there will be other programming languages you might have come across with. What is the need of the comments while writing a program, while building a software? Readability, anymore? Easy to understand. Let's the main purpose is readability. Readability and documentation. Documentation. Anymore?
Faster debugging when we could find the functions easily.
Debugging is a different process. It's completely execution process. Readability will be great, and our documentation purpose is also. It gives metadata. It gives metadata about the data. See, comments like a commentary while playing the cricket. Already we are watching the show, right? We are watching the cricket. Again, somebody commentary people used to give some more information that the Dhoni is playing something. He is now ready to give six like that. He used to tell, right? Like me, people doesn't aware that what is the name of that cricketer. Are you clear? So commentary people would give an extra information to the audience. Yes, come. Yeah. So especially those comments while writing a program gives you metadata about the program. What happens in the real-time scenario, whenever work for the real-time, it is a strict rule to the developer, to the software engineer is that whatever you write practically related to your roles and responsibilities and day-to-day activities has to write properly with appropriate comment lines. Why? Because let's suppose today you are analyzing something. Analyzation is means what basically? While analyzing something, you have your own perception. Somebody might have told something else. Whatever the something other people told might have an ambiguity. Ambiguity means what? Ambiguity means confusion. See, if you are a business analyst, you will reach to client. Client is illiterate person. Client is non-technical man. He is the doctor. He is having a hospital. Obviously, the doctor, whatever the terminology he spoke with you, might not be a computer terminology. Just you will say one sentence that, see, boss, I have a hospital. I want to manage my hospital for which you develop a software, he tell. With this sentence, will you be able to will you be able to write a program and will you be able to develop the software? How many things you have to consider? Many things you have to understand from your end. Doctor will not give you any info. Yes or no? So these comments, it will be give you some information that meaningfully you have to elaborate it. Such a way that other people will read your document. It can be a software requirement specification document. It can be a business requirement specification document. It can be a functional requirement specification document. Whatever you write, being a test engineer, being a business analyst, being a developer, one day or other day, you might leave from the company. Other people will join. He has to enhance the program. That time he has to go through the documentation, right? For that reason, documentation is very important. So, in which comments concept is plays important role. Are you clear? So now, firstly, let me take a point one. The point one is that what? Comments are not executable statements. Means what? As many number of comments you write as part of your program, they won't be get into a involvement of execution. They simply ignored by the interpreter of the Python, compiler of the particular programming language. As soon as they see the first character of the comment, they'll just simply ignore and it will go to the next line. So obviously the second point is comments never occupy any memory. Are you clear? Comments never occupy the memory. Obviously, they simply ignored. They're simply ignored by the interpreter. Are you clear? Yes or no? Great. And there are two types of comments we have in Python. Yeah, will be
Single line one.
correct. Single line comment and multi-line comment. Clear? So how do you define the single line comment in Python? How do you define a single line comment in Python? Two semicolon. Hash. This operator, this is an operator which will be symbolically represent, it is a single line comment which will be recognized by the interpreter of the Python. So it is a single line comment. Single line comment. In C, C++, in C, let's suppose this is the comment where the single line comment will be written. Multi-line comment will be written like slash followed by star followed by something, star followed by something. Yes or no? This is how the C language will be defined. So every language has its own way to define the comment lines. Comes to the multi-line, triple single quotes. Yeah. Followed by something else. You will be right. This is multi-line comment. Are you clear? So that's all. These two are this triple quotation followed by the triple quotation is also known as docstring. Docstring, documentation string. In interviews also, what do you mean by docs?
ఏమొచ్చింది ఇంటర్నెట్ కి ఏమొచ్చింది ఇంటర్నెట్ వస్తలేదు
Okay. So this is the theory related to comments, right? So firstly, we'll check how exactly the comments will be defined. Let's suppose I'm writing a program. Hash. This program is demo for single line comment. Correct. This program is written by Dr. Venkat on 23rd December 2024 for the demonstration towards multi-line comment. Very clear? See, while we're writing certain things, eventually there is a possibility of going a statement more than one statement. That time, rather than writing all these 4 lines with the 4 hash symbols, why don't you declare like this? Why don't you declare like this? Triple single quotation followed by, that's all. This portion will be considered as a multi-line comment. This will be considered as a single line comment. Clear? So this very quite commonly we used to define the comments in most of the situations. So whether you would like to define it as a single line comment or multi-line comment, it's up to you to that. But meaningfully you have to write a comment lines. Because one fine day, one program will have 1 million of lines of code. If I give such a program to you, if there are no meaningful comments might have written by the earlier person, understanding 1 million of code will be highly difficult for you. In which I would ask you to change certain portion of the program. So I'm expect that the program should have a comments properly. Which line is associated with which line? Why they have written that line? So it is a habit of learning how to write a comment, and it is a strict rule to that it is a quality of the program is also be considerable whether you have written the comments as part of the program or not. It's a very good habit. That improves the readability. Other people can understand your program. That eventually helpful for the organization, even if you left intermediate way. Project is undergoing due to salary issues, due to other obligations, due to other reasons, you might have left the organization. Other person must take over that particular program, right? Right? Therefore, please, comments plays very important role. That's the way. Let's simply, I'm going to write print statement is that, hey, welcome to the new project. When I am trying to execute, there are 4 ways to execute this particular quiz. Like one is, this is the place where you right click on it, click on the respective module. There is another place and we can go through this particular place and we can right click on this also. Here also. There will be 4 possibilities to execute a particular program. Let us show you. I would like to execute now with this. The output will be given in command line. This is the place all the outputs will be visible to you. This is the place where the scripting will be written. This is the place where organization of the program will be organized. There are 3 spaces. Now here, there is another way is that I'll be change the comment. Welcome to the Amazon. This is another way to execute. Now go here and where is that? Just go here where run. If you click on run, it will show you which program you want to run. This program need to be run. Again, it will give the output and right click on it and just run the respective program. That's all. There are the 4 ways to execute these particular Python programs. And sometimes beyond go that, let's through the command line only we supposed to be right through the, through the terminal. I'll tell you when situation come, what programs are going to be executed through the terminals, through the command prompt. Are you clear? Okay. So do you have any questions related to comments? No, right? Do you have any questions? Comments are very important. Many in situations you are not able to tell what exactly comment is. Comment is comment. Like that very simple manner used to explain, that is not a right justification why the comments are important. What is the significance role it plays while you work as a real-time employee? Correct. So please, understand and try to be explain it in a justification manner which will be convinced to the other people. Right? It's great. So let me go ahead with another kind of a concept is that, yeah, input, like, let me take a directory. Let me take a directory. Input print statements in Python. Then I'll be creating theoretical file. So here I would be go with a theory, isn't it? Exactly, you know that, in C, C++, Java, in C, scanf is the input function, printf is the output function. In C++, C in is the input function, C out is the output function. Obviously, Java has its own, Python is also its own. Yes or no? Every programming language has its own way to define the input function, and let me click now. Input function. Input is a function predefined to allow to take input value or a text from the keyboard at a runtime. Are you clear? Yes, sir. Input function will do that. What is the syntax of input function? Syntax of input function is input, smaller letter. Python is a case sensitive language. What does it mean? What does it mean?
One version of this house of different.
Hmm. What do you mean by case sensitive?
Very small letters are involved.
Upper letters won't be involved.
Smaller upper letters.
Both. See, you guys are English medium, right? Please, you just try to convey the statement in a meaningful manner. Don't stop to convey that without proper complete sentence. I'm facing a lot of issues during the interview. Students, you are well known. If I ask you to execute it properly, you can show me execution directly. But when I'm asking you to explain me, just you are with shortcuts, you are going to stop your complete sentence. Are you clear? How do we avoid it? Please, input within the double quotation. It is a predefined function. It has a syntax. Within the double quotation, whatever you define will be a format string. Format string means what? How you want. Let's suppose you wanted to go to ATM. What ATM will say? Insert your ATM card. It will share, right? In order to display to that, you need a print statement. To take the input into that ATM number, you require an input statement or not? Otherwise, it won't take your input statement, input value. Are you clear or not? So here, rather than what I'm going to tell you is that enter your ATM PIN number. I'll ask. So user understand that, oh, system is asking me to enter the PIN number. Yes or no? Okay. After you given the ATM PIN number, computer is not a human being, right? It has to store whatever the value you have entered. Then what you required? There is a concept is called just one. Is that a sufficient statement to display the value? The way you allocate a small memory in a human brain, in a similar way, computer required a small amount of block of memory to hold what the value you have entered during runtime. That is called, what? An identifier or a variable or an object or a vector. These many names we have. Right? Exactly, right? So like, ATM PIN number is equal to this. This ATM underscore PIN number is what do you call here? Variable are also known as identifier, are also known as object according to object oriented programming. Okay, or it can be vector. Yes or no? These many names we have. Yes or no? Then obviously it will be take the value and it will be produce output accordingly. Right. So as a result, I can say that, it is a function which allow to take an input value from the text, from the keyboard at a runtime. This is the nature of the input function. Okay, anyhow, let's suppose, I'll be take a Python file here. Python file. Input, output, functions, demo. Functions, demo. Let's, ATM pin number. Input, you see, whenever if I am typing the input, it is showing me the relevant function which was already predefined and which was already available. What does mean of that? The name enter. No, no. This option will you get in a text pad? Even Python program, C, C++, we can execute over the notepad also. We know that, right? But do you get this kind of help? In VS Code, it is an integrated development environment. Are you clear? Even PyCharm is also an integrated development environment. This is the way how it is helping you to show the relevant function. This concept is called auto completion concept. Auto completion concept. It is also known as a personalization concept. నీకు హెల్ప్ చేయడం కోసం చూపిస్తుంది. Are you clear? And ఇక్కడ prompt. Prompt is what? The input, how you supposed to be specified. This is a syntax. Then here you can specify. Enter your ATM pin number. Are you clear? Now I'm executing it. I'm trying to execute it. System is asking me to enter the pin number here. If the system doesn't ask me, surely I cannot give the value because a blank space will be available, right? So I'm going to give the value something called as 1, 2, 3, 4. Once if I enter, the 1, 2, 3, 4 value is going to be stored into in this particular variable. Are you clear? It will be a right to left associativity. It will be entered. Okay, after entering, I have clicked on enter. I want to display to the user that what was the value given. How do you specify? Again, will you use a input function? ఏ వాల్యూ వాడు ఎంటర్ చేశాడో దాన్ని నువ్వు ఎంటర్ చేసిన ఏటీఎం పిన్ నంబరు 1, 2, 3, 4 అని చూపించాలి. ఎలా రాస్తాం? Do you use the input function or you need a print statement? We need a print statement. To display the, now here I'll be go back. Here, print statement, print function. What is the purpose of the print statement, print function? It is used to display data or content onto the screen in a meaningful manner. Meaningful manner. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So obviously, what is the syntax of the print function? What is the syntax of the print function? Print. Here there are two syntaxes. Syntax one with one argument, which means what? Here print, hey, welcome. This is the one syntax. Second syntax is that with two arguments. X is equal to 20, Y is equal to 30, and print some X plus Y. Here you're supposed to understand, before the comma is the argument 1, X plus will be argument 2. Therefore, print function will be a overloaded function. What does it mean? Name of the function is same, but it will take different parameters. That's called, you know what? Overloaded function. This concept we are going to learn in object-oriented programming. Are you clear? Great. Sir, clear? Yeah. Now you just go here. After taking the input pin number, I wanted to display it in a meaningful manner. Dear account holder, printer, your ATM pin number is, okay, here I'm going to specify ATM underscore pin. మనకి meaningful గా కావాలి. Then you execute now. System is asking me to enter the pin number 5678. Here ఇక్కడ మనకు అవుట్పుట్ చూపిస్తుంది. ఎట్లా చూపిస్తుంది? డియర్ అకౌంట్ హోల్డర్, యువర్ పేటిఎం పిన్ నంబర్ ఇస్ 5678. ఇలాగే హౌ మచ్ మనీ యూ వాంట్ టు విత్డ్రా? సార్ నో 10,000. హే, యు ఆర్ about to withdraw 10,000 in like remaining balance will be something అని మనకు చూపించాలి అప్పటికప్పుడు. జనరల్ గా ఇప్పుడున్న ఏటీఎంస్ ని విత్డ్రా చేసుకుని అయిన తర్వాత యూ వాంటెడ్ టు చెక్ రిమైనింగ్ బ్యాలెన్స్, or else if you are a mobile holder you will be get a message that you know this much you have withdrawn and remaining amount is available అని చూపిస్తుంది. లేమన్ అయితే, if it is a layman, absolutely required, right? He has to know all this. So programs you are writing not for you. You are writing even though the layman will be trying to operate a particular ATM, still they have to be able to operate the device. వాడి కోసం నువ్వు రాస్తున్న ప్రోగ్రామ్ కాబట్టి మీరు రాసేటప్పుడు నువ్వే ఒక లేమాన్ లాగా అనుకొని ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలి. ఆర్ క్లియర్? సో దట్స్ ద రీజన్ programs are highly customized. Means what? According to the end user perspective, we are supposed to write a program. Now, if you go to any ATM, you will find in English. Do you find a Telugu? Do you find? I don't know. What, Jashwant? Have you seen ATM with a Telugu? English, Hindi? No. If we change, other person need English. Every time we cannot change, you know. I think that option is not there in the ATM. Universally, we are going to use English only. In mobile, it will be available. While while you are setting the things, you wanted to read everything in Telugu or English, even in YouTube, in Google, it is all product based. But whereas in ATM, obviously it will be accept completely in English. Yes or no? Okay. Right. Okay. So I hope you understand, like in theory as well as in practical, the purpose of the where to apply the input function, where to apply the print function. Okay, there is a note here. There is a note. There is a note about input function. There is a note. By default, whatever you enter as a text or numeric, everything is treated as string. Exactly. Everything will be treated as string. Yes or no? So now how do you avoid it? So let's suppose you take an example here. I'll be taking one example. Input output function. Let me make it as a comment. Here I'm going to take some example. Isn't it? So x is equal to value. Input enter value. Y is equal to input enter second value. Then finally, I wanted to perform multiplication, something called as print mul result colon. Here I am performing x into y. Yes or no? Now you take a absolutely, or else you can take a place operator, because that would be give you meaningful result to you. There is a, now I would like to know the x plus, will it perform the arithmetic addition operation or will it be perform concatenation between two strings? Because I said already input function treat everything as a string. Let me execute. System is asking me to enter the value 50, 23. What's an output you have got? You have got an output called concatenation between 50 and 23. What does it mean? Input function x will be at 50 and y will be treated as 23 are strings. How do we convert them into a meaningful as a numerical value? Then obviously here there is a concept called NOR. There is a concept called typecasting. There is a concept called typecasting. Concept is mandatory. Absolutely. What appropriate typecasting we have